Right, welcome back. Last time, um, yeah, well, so the massive reduction in income has caused me to eat 3 loans. Thankfully, deficit is so low that there shouldn't be too many problems for the moment. It's slowing down rapidly, so yeah, that's good. Tax reform was also done in order to help with this problem, as well as grabbing tech, of course. Because regardless, I need to keep the economy strong. As long as it continues to grow, things should be alright. Additionally, um, yeah. So there's now a salmonella outbreak inside of my country. Thankfully, it's partially overseas, but still, that's not great to have. At least I'm managing to remain stable and all that. Though there are constantly rebels popping up, separatism is still decently high and all that. This will just take time. I'll be able to weather through, I know that, especially since wages are slowly going down inside the capital as people constantly move in, and the construction project is approaching completion. It's definitely not done yet, but it's getting there, which will heavily reduce the labor demand and therefore urban wages, which will allow a lot of the state industries there to start making money again. I just need to wait. Great. Well, I guess I won't be able to do some, not factionalism reform, but I wasn't really planning on doing that. Yeah, I wasn't really planning on doing that very much, so... Continue with current leadership. It's fine. Right, I was improving relations with Hispaniola because they have global trade. Yep, and it's starting to spread. Slowly, but it is starting to spread. Which is good. That was my aim. But it's going to take a long while for global trade to really be able to get going. Hmm, that's unusual. I was not expecting my diplomatic taxation level to be so low. Let's deal with religious conversion. Because we will need another pause. Great. And then see how my income is now. Am I finally going to have a positive balance? Not sure. Not sure. I can get something of a preview by looking at the country overview to see how realm expenses and realm income differ. Ooh, okay, so national income didn't change by much. It might have actually dropped a bit, but realm expenses dropped by a lot. No, that's probably because the... oh. Yeah, the grain provision died. Okay, at least my income will improve for a while, however. There are various economic benefits that come with providing grain. So... yeah. Should be enough for a positive balance. Yes. Pretty hefty one at that too. And I doubt the grain dole will be more than 300 ducats a year, so I should be able to maintain a positive balance from here on out. I can start paying off loans. Excellent. Pay loan, okay. Ooh, 544. It's probably gonna drop to 444 once they sit in power, but still, that's 66%. I can get free peasantry, which will improve my base production by 10%, making, well, base rural production by 10%, making everything so much better. This will increase the entire country's GDP by like 5%. Just from this one effect. Ah, again, that's going to be amazing. Okay. Taxation is back to normal. Sessions should be about over, but I think I'll spend a bit of time just letting it reach February, just so they can see my new income. Okay, so my income isn't as high as it was before, but that's because last time I wasn't paying for the grain door, and now I am. Which is only 150 ducats. And my income has definitely improved, though not by much. Property maintenance has reduced, though. It's now how wages are my largest expense. Excellent. That's exactly what I was aiming for. Do you want to check to see if there's anything interesting? Okay, nope. 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 Okay. Right. Let's finish things up here. So, the balance has finally become positive now that the work on the capital infrastructure is complete. And the capital has reached rank 5. So, CE is now even better all around inside, well, globally in the Empire. And as well as that, I get a slight buff to prestige. Not a huge amount, but it's still there. Honestly, all the centers of learning that I have are way, way better. As well as all the regional cities. I've mainly just been sitting around letting things happen, and the economy improve. and hoping that eventually one of my neighbors lets an opportunity, well, one of my neighbor's overlords lets an opportunity present itself. But for now, nothing's happened, so just waiting and watching. It will certainly take time, though. I am approaching the point where I take another tech, however. They're going to become even more prohibitively expensive. I'm probably going to end up embracing global trade as soon as I can. This thing is important. It's all buffs, another merchant can't hurt. However, I have to wait until 1750 or so. I hope I can find a way to speed that up slightly. But at the moment, the best I can do is just let my corruption lower itself. But that's not allowing itself anymore, is it? At least not easily. So the old ruler died and has been replaced by someone else who is effectively a 334, which raises the resting point for corruption by a bit, quite a bit. So not by a huge amount. It's now 16.2, and my current level of corruption is 16.01. So it's not really that bad. Hopefully, the lowering of provincial corruption will also cause the resting point for state corruption to reduce slightly, but I'm not particularly... I don't think it's going to be that big of an effect, sadly. So I'm going to have to try to keep things relatively stable if I want institutions to spread quickly, and I want to have global trade by 1750. It is an important institution, among other since, among other things, it allows me to obtain corporate law so I can start taxing burger commerce income directly again, without having to spend points. It also increases commerce production and base consultations, so the burgers will be even happier with this. Although I don't think the nobility likes this. But that's probably the last reform I'm going to be doing over here. Over here, yeah. I'm going to have to continue working on military organization, although... I don't really need to. I can just wait for the time being. It's not really that important. I don't plan on going to war unless an opportunity presents itself, and even then I won't... I'm not sure. It's probably not going to be anytime soon, while France is in a hefty amount of debt. They're not at war, and I don't think they're going to go to war unless they're dragged into something. I mean, they are allied to Hungary. In further news, the great age of Lithuania is slowly ending. Although Trebizond is turning surprisingly big. And yeah, Mongols are pushing north too. Which is very interesting looking. Aragon might also present itself an opportunity, but I doubt it. So they are piling into debt as well. In case I haven't said anything, yeah, I took on another loan, but I was able to pay it off, so... Or one of the loans off. I just did the one that expired in October of last year, so... And that's really it. I'm mainly just trying to keep the nobles happy, because I'm going to be soon dragging their power down quickly, in the hopes of getting gentry. Because this will reduce noble aristocrat gravity greatly. Free peasantry on aristocrat property will no longer pay feudal dues. There will be resident burgher wealth transferring to the aristocrats. Base autonomy from aristocrats will be reduced by a third, so it's going to go back to the base amount. And then finally, minus 75% power, aristocrat power from wealth. which will cut it by, at this point, a little more than a third. Plus 125% is a lot. A lot. Actually, it's exactly a third. So we'll cut it in actuality by a third. Later reforms are going to be even more powerful. That's the wrong button. Here it is. Freeholding would be amazing, because it would increase rural productivity by 15%. And it will completely remove the aristocrat's ability to tax resident and burgher wealth. Plus, there will be no more boosts to aristocrat power from wealth, cutting it by another third relatively. Honestly, it would be amazing to get this as soon as possible. But extremely difficult. Thankfully, I can get something similar soon, because the heir is a 544, which should translate to 444 executive when it comes to executive power. And that's 66.6% executive authority, and I need 65 executive authority for free peasantry. But this will be amazing. First off, +2 base welfare will immensely help with reducing unrest from the lower classes. Immensely. Well, and it will also affect other things too. Specifically, that +2 rural production is going to be great. Also, peasant freedom will constantly increase, so it's not a value I need to care about anymore. At all. In fact, I believe it's been increasing with time, too. So I could do things to lower peasant freedom. I don't know, it just seems particularly high in certain provinces. Oh yeah, and there's a salmonella outbreak that's apparently been ravaging through my country because it's still ongoing along the southern coastline. But the amount susceptible has been reducing. So there's a decent quantity of deaths. It's ravaging the southern coastline for sure. It's been ongoing since the start of the session, and it seems rather reliably about 15% of the population of every province is dying. Which is not good for my tax base. Because a low population means that, well, it's higher wages in general, and possibly lower productivity. Which is not something I need at a time like this, where I'm having money troubles. Oh well. Things will get better. They always have. Plus, it might be time to eventually start thinking about annexing one of my subjects. I definitely have the points for it, but again, this is something that might need to wait till later. Anyway, I'll see you again next time. Until then, bye.